Yeah.
All right, welcome back to RAAM Talk. We are here with Shauna, and I'm actually going to let you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
I'm Shauna Hogan. I'm from Valley Springs, California. What else do you want to know?
Well, how many times, we were talking before we got the cameras rolling here, and you said you've done RAAM a couple times, you're getting ready to do RAAM. Tell us about your experience with Race Across America.
I've done RAAM 7 times, actually. I've won it 6 times. The 7th time, well, it wasn't the 7th time, but you know, I don't know, whatever number it was. I did a DNF in Arkansas, but yeah. So I've done 6 RAAMs, won 6 RAAMs.
So 6 RAAMs. So Race Across the West should be just a breeze for you then, right?
Well, I'm actually looking forward to this time actually stopping in Durango. It's going to be nice. So someone asked me if in Durango, well, aren't you going to feel like keeping on going? No. No. I get in Durango and I'll be like, I'm here, great, I can stop.
That's nice, that's nice. That's how I feel about like marathons and half marathons. I've done 2 marathons, which still is small potatoes compared to doing, you know, Race Across America, but still I do a half marathon. I'm like, oh, it's just a weekend now.
Half is fine, yeah.
So tell me how you got into cycling from the beginning.
Oh my gosh, we're going back 20 years. This will take longer than we have here.
We've got plenty of time.
But basically, I started doing double centuries, and I was pretty good at it. And someone encouraged me to do the Race Across America qualifier, so I did that, and I won that against. I think there were two veterans there, veterans of the 508 at the time, and I did that and won that. And then people were encouraging me to do Race Across America since I qualified. So, not knowing what I was getting into, I decided to do it. You know?
And you did it again and again, so you must have loved it.
Well, you know what? The first time, I think a person does it one time. You know, they have in their minds to do it one time. The more competitive people, well, maybe not more competitive, but the people who let me put it this way: there are people who love it, and there are people who hate it. And the first time divides you right there. And if you love it, you learn so much from the first time. I mean, there's so much you learn. Almost everything you need to be successful at RAAM, you learn in the first year. That's why it's almost always rookies are usually slow. I think Muffy Ritz was an exception to that. She broke 10 days in her first year, but usually not. Usually it's your slowest time. And then after that, I mean, the competitive people will be, well, I can do better. If I do this better, if I do that better, I can be, 6 hours faster. If I do this better, I do that better, I can be, 10 hours faster. So year after year, it just happens that way.
And what have you done to prepare? I mean, since you've done this race so many times, what kind of things to go into your preparation for training as well as getting your crew prepared? And what's the difference between doing, preparing for a RAW and then preparing for RAAM?
Well, preparing for RAW is a lot easier than RAAM, because RAAM, of course, you're going across for 10 days. So you have to find 10 people for one. And for me, I like 10 crew people. You have to find 10 people that you think are going to get along, okay? and they have to get along. Well, at least in groups of 3 get along, because you can separate them, if they don't. But they have to get along, and they have to be reliable, and they have to be able to think about what needs to be done next, or be able to follow instructions very well. So the cruise part of it. For Race Across the West, I'm not going to have an RV. There's really no point, because there's not a whole lot of sleeping that's going to happen. So in the RV, if you have an RV, I think for RAW, it's a time waster. Okay. Because it's a little temptation sitting out there, and you go inside, and once you go inside an RV, there's a huge temptation to waste a lot of time. Yeah. Because there's this to do, there's that to do. You can find all kinds of things to do as a racer.
Yeah. Sleep, eat, just the basics.
Yeah. Or go into the bathroom and shut the door. No one's going to see you, and they're not going to disturb you, and you can sit there for as long as you want.
Just rest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's that. Like I said, with the crew, it's a lot easier to get them together because there's fewer of them. There's only 2 vans. There's no RV. The logistics, overall logistics, are just easier, of course, because it's shorter. It just makes sense.
What do you like to eat when you're on the road?
I usually eat a little of this, little of that. It just depends on what I feel like at the time. I have a food mixture that works for me that I use. But yeah, I just vary things a little bit.
Is there anything you look forward to after the race on eating? Is there some kind of treat or prize or something that you look forward to that you want to reward yourself with?
Usually with food, no.
A massage?
Not even. It's funny. Like one time I was finishing the Furnace Creek 508. And what I was dreaming about in my head, I know this sounds really crazy, is just laying on the asphalt, laying on the warm asphalt. I was dreaming of laying on the warm asphalt. That's all I wanted to do. And when I got there, I got to lay on the warm asphalt.
Whatever it takes, whatever motivate you. What are you, besides crossing the finish line, what are you most looking forward to with that race across the West?
I'm just looking forward to the experience, for it being a shorter race, being able to stop in Durango and being able to watch the RAAM race unfold, actually, without having to actually do it, without being out there. Yeah.
And who are you competing against this time? Who are you going to be watching?
There are 5 women, and I don't usually watch other people because in a race this long, it's all about you. Because you can't, if you pay attention to other people, you don't ride your own race, and you make mistakes.
Okay.
So my basic philosophy is I just go out there and do my best. I go out there and do my best. Sometimes my best is good enough, sometimes it's not. And that's my strategy for this time, just to go out and do my best.
Now I've noticed you're very coordinated here. Is there anything you want to talk about here with your sponsor, your bike, or your jerseys here?
Bianchi has sponsored me all the 20 years I've been racing. Well, I haven't been racing for 20 years, but of the last 20 years, the years that I raced, Bianchi's been a reliable sponsor. I'm really happy with their bikes. They're really good to me this year. I got this Infinito carbon bike that has relaxed angles. It's their C-to-C bike, coast-to-coast bike. It's got very relaxed angles that allow you to stay on the bike a lot longer and be a lot faster because it's comfortable. It's a very comfortable bike.
Any other equipment tips or things that you have?
Well, I've got the Vuelta wheels. They, to me, very fast, light wheels. I'm very happy with them. Yeah, I guess it's it's a bike, and I just rely on it being comfortable and durable. Right.
Any advice that you have for any women competing in Race Across America this year?
Well, the Race Across America women, it's a lot harder. Basically, stay on your bike. Going's faster than stopping. It's pretty simple. If you stop, you're not going. So,
that's true.
So that's basically it.
So just keep on going, keep on riding.
That's right.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to say? I appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today.
I can't think of anything else to say, but I'm not much of a talker, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've been great, and we'll be definitely watching for you and cheering you on for Race Across the West.
Great, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.